All right, so guys, listen. I don't know if you guys ever experienced second-hand fear. Now they said, Timothy, what's second-hand fear? You know what they talk about second-hand smoke. They said second-hand smoke is more deadly than people that's actually smoking, right? Second-hand fear is when you're taking on the fears of other people that was never yours in the first place. And a lot of times you will see this happen with parental um, parental rearing. Your parents could be afraid of something. Your parents may have had a bad experience. Your parents may have heard something or seen something, or somebody else told them something that happened with their child, or with them themselves, and they have this idea in their mind that I need to protect my child. But sometimes their protection is really them putting their fear on top of you. Be careful who you have listening and speaking into your ear, because there's a lot of people you can love, but you may not trust them. You may not trust them, one, because they may not be honest, or you may not trust them, two, because they don't have the experience or the credentials or the knowledge to even suggest or help you or direct you in a certain field or demeanor, right? So say like if you're an engineer, you're not going to go to somebody who is an administrative assistant to really ask them about how to engineer, whatever you're doing, right? Somebody that's, a mathematician, they really can't come into my reading class and really tell me how to dissect this main idea or this inference, right? I sat in a conference this week where this young man, he was a professor who was talking about physics. When I said that stuff went way over my head, and I was just like, this is so boring, I don't care about this, and this ain't even relevant to me, right? So at the end we had to ask questions, and I asked a question, but because there was a language barrier, he wasn't really able to fully explain it to me. Then there was another young man that was sitting in the conference too, and when he raised his hand, he was like, being a physics teacher, I really appreciated your presentation. And I was like, there'll be some person who don't get you, but there'll be somebody else who fully gets you. And so you got to make sure you're not taking on the fears and the apprehensions of other people, but you're actually living out what it is that God has told you to do. This week, there were people that I had to meet this week. There were people I had to meet this week to help me get to my next level. Some of you have missed out on opportunities. Some of you have missed out on the next person that's supposed to help you get through another door because of fear. Stop allowing fear to stifle you. There's so many believers that, I don't go out after a certain time. I don't go to certain places, as if, not to say that we put ourselves in harm's way, but if God says I be for you, who can be against me? Why would I ever be afraid to go somewhere? Why would I ever be afraid to do something that God has called me to do, right? And so I just encourage you guys, listen, I'm standing behind this Tiffany Hall. Let the soundtracks in your mind, let what's playing in your heart, let what you rehearse in your heart be something that's going to push you to your next level. That's going to be something that's going to help you help somebody else in the end. Because at the end of the day, I've heard people say, your story ain't for you. I don't agree with that. My story is for me. I had to live it. I had to experience it. I had to go through it. But it's also going to be a blessing to other people once I share with them, hey, this is what I overcame. Hey, this is what I went through, right? We have a book launch coming up September 20th, 2025 at the Hilton Garden Inn, Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Me and my other co-author, Miss Katrina Williams, we invite you to come out to it, right? The stones get lighter. Navigating life when things get heavy and hard. I'm not sure how many of you have experienced some heavy and hard things in your life. But guess what? Even when the heavy and hard things come, we still got to keep living. We still got to keep pushing. We still got to keep going through and making sure we come out on the other side. I understand how it is when you like, this is too much. I don't want to do it. You just want to kind of wallow in your pity. You want to just kind of sit in your grief. I get it. I've done all those things. But when you get back up, tell somebody that's sitting beside you, listening, when I get back up, I'm getting back up with power. I'm getting back up with authority. I'm getting back up with more tenacity. I'm getting up with more drive. I'm getting up with more passion. I'm getting up. I don't know when your getting up is coming, but when you get up and make sure your life speaks. Make sure your life exuberates the sound of victory, the sound of overcoming, the sound of righteousness, the sound of healing, the sound of holiness. Let your life play a melody out in front of those people who were praying for you, in front of those people who have been encouraging you and praying in front of those people that's been supporting you. Let your life speak. Let your life play a melody that only you know you and God have been able to write.